Time now for a look at the Wednesday evening simulations, the third and final installment for the day, and the 12th overall in our simulated baseball league. We'll start with the Astros and Nationals once again, and this time the Astros get the 3-2 victory in Washington. 3-8-2 for Houston, 2-5-0 for Washington. Mike Scott 1-2 over Dennis Martinez 1-1. Billy Wagner saved 5. Moises Alou, the only home run for the Nationals, number 1. Marlins beat the Athletics again 4-2. 4-8-0 for Miami, 2-12-0 for Oakland. Ricky Nolasco 1-0 over Eddie Plank 0-1. And Brian Harvey saved 1. Home runs, Sheffield number 4 for the Marlins. Al Simmons number 2 for Oakland. The Braves get a 2-1 victory over the Red Sox. 2-9-1 for Atlanta. 1-3-1 for Boston. This would have been a fun pitching matchup if they could have faced each other in real life, which couldn't have happened. But Greg Maddux the win, 2-0. Cy Young the loss, 2-1. And Kimbrel the save, his 4th no homers in this one. Rangers knock off the Dodgers 3-2 in LA. 3-6-0 for Texas. 2-6-0 for the Dodgers. The win to Darvish 2-1. Sutton the loss 0-2. And the save for Feliz number 2. Home runs, Josh Hamilton number 1 for Texas. Lefty O'Dowd number 3 for LA. Yankees beat the Padres 9-8. 9-10-2 for New York. 8-9-1 for San Diego. Wetland gets the victory 1-0. Luis De Leon the loss 0-1. And Rivera picks up the save. And that is number 4 for Mariano. Home runs for the Yankees. Mantle hit a pair, 7-8 on the season. And they also got home run number 3 for DiMaggio. The Padres get home run number 3 from Nevin. Winfield hit number 5. And Greg Vaughn, hit number 1. The Phillies beat the Rays 10-2. 10-14-1 for the Phils. 2-8-1 for Tampa. Carlton 3-0 over Orojo, 0-1, and there were no home runs in this one. Giants beat the Orioles 6-5, 6-8-3 for San Francisco, 5-7-0 for Baltimore. The win for the Giants, Mathewson now 3-0. Mike Cuellar the loss, and he's surprisingly now 0-3, and Rob Nin saved 2 for the Giants. Really a homer for the second time for the Giants. The Orioles got home run number 4 for Brady Anderson. Angels beat the Mets 4-1, 4-13-0 for LA, 1-3-0 for New York. The win to Tanana 2-1 over Kuzman 0-2, and the save for Percival. That's save 3 for him, and the Mets get the game's only home run. Carlos Beltran hit number 2. John Smiley, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, the Twins get a win over the Mariners. The final was 9-7. 9-13-1 for the Twins, 7-11-1 for Seattle. Now I can talk about John Smiley. He gets the victory. Mark Langston the loss. They're both 1-1. Joe Nathan saved 2. A lot of home runs in this one. Killebrew hit number 2 and Puckett hit number 1 for Minnesota. Brett Boone hit number 2 for Seattle. Edgar Martinez, Rupert Jones each hit number 1 as well for the Mariners. The Rockies and White Sox outscored each other alone in the first inning. It was 7-4 Colorado after 1, and they won the game by the score of 11-8. 11-15-0 for Colorado, 8-13-3 for the White Sox. Marvin Freeman in relief gets the win for the Rockies 1-1. Lamar Hoyt the loss 0-2, and the save to Gabe White number 3. A lot of home runs as you might expect in a game like this at Coors Field. Tulowitzki number 3, Burks number 2, Galarraga number 2, Holiday number 1 for the Rockies, Allen number 6, Dye number 5, and Ordonez number 2 for the losing White Sox. Then there was the Pirates and Brewers, and Pittsburgh, I should say Milwaukee's about done with seeing the Pirates. They've had all they can handle of them. Pittsburgh wins this game 25-4. They beat up on the Brewers from start to finish, and the last Brewer pitcher that had to come in was below 100% health strength in terms of fatigue, so that didn't help. But they knocked everybody else out, and the Brewers ran out of options. So 25-4, Pittsburgh wins it. 25-29-0 for Pittsburgh. 4-10-1 for the Brewers. Drabek 2-0 the win. Sorensen 0-2 with the loss. And his ERA is now His ERA after two starts, 46.29. Oh my goodness, it's got to get better. That's unbelievable. 25-4 will do that, and 5 runs and 2/3 of an inning will do that too. All the homers, as you might expect, hit by Pittsburgh, and there were 5 of them. Clemente hit number 1, McCutchen hit number 2, Stargell hit a pair that gives him 3, and Giles hit number 5. Reds beat the Cardinals 4-1, 4-8-0 for Cincinnati, 1-8-0 for St. Louis. Danny Jackson 1-1 over Joaquin Andujar. He's 0-2, and Chapman saved 3 for the Reds, who get home run number 1 from Tony Perez. In 11, the Indians beat the Cubs 6-5, 6-13-0 for Cleveland, 5-10-0 for Chicago. Bob Howry is the winner for Cleveland, 1-0. Suter the loss, 0-2. Home runs for Cleveland, number 3 for Tomei, and for the Cubs, number 3 for Billy Williams. The Blue Jays keep on rolling. They get a 9-3 win at Kansas City. 9-16-0 for Toronto, 3-11-0 for Kansas City. Juan Guzman 1-1 over Dennis Leonard, 0-2. Sean Green hit 3 home runs for Toronto. That gives him 4 on the season, and I believe, if memory serves, that's the third 3-homer game already that we've had. Amos Otis hit number 2 for the Royals. And finally, Detroit gets a 3-2 win over Arizona. 3-7-1 for the Tigers, 2-11-1 for the Diamondbacks. The win is to Fidrich. He's 2-0 at the win. Fister the save is second. Kim the loss. Byung-Hyun Kim is now 0-3. Home runs in this one. Trammell hit number 2 for Detroit. For the Diamondbacks, Aaron Hill hit number 1 and Miguel Montero hit number 2. That's the wrap for the third and final simulation of the day for Wednesday, December 19. 12 simulations now in the books. We'll talk to you later.